Grand Theft Auto V did something no other game in the series, and frankly, few games in history had attempted before on this scale. It gave players three main characters to control simultaneously throughout the entire story. At the time of release, this was a massive risk. We were used to being the lone wolf, the singular anti-hero rising to the top. Splitting the narrative three ways could have easily diluted the connection we felt to the world. But it didn't. Instead, this wasn't just a flashy mechanic to sell copies. It was a narrative experiment that let us see Los Santos through three completely different lenses. Each of these protagonists represents something deeper than just guy with a gun. They represent a specific type of GTA player, a biting critique of modern society, and perhaps most importantly, a different era of the franchise's history. In this video, we're breaking down why GTA 5 needed three protagonists, what each of them symbolizes, and how, only when put together, they represent the complete timeline of Grand Theft Auto. From the chaotic arcade beginnings, to the rags-to-riches stories of the PS2 era, all the way to the cynical, grounded storytelling of the HD universe. Rockstar has famously stated that the three-character system was originally designed to reflect the three main archetypes of GTA players. We all know them. We all are them. First, you have Trevor. He is the embodiment of pure chaos, the player who boots up the game, ignores the mission markers, and immediately looks for a rocket launcher and a 5-star wanted level. Then you have Franklin. He represents ambition, skill, and progress. He's the completionist player, the one focused on driving mechanics, getting the money, buying the upgrades, and following the traditional rise through the criminal world path. And finally, Michael. He reflects the player who has already beaten the game. He represents greed, comfort, and the corrupting weight of having everything yet still wanting more. He's the player who has the best cars and the biggest house, but walks around the map board, looking for trouble just to feel something again. But this design choice goes much deeper than just how we play with the controller. Three protagonists allowed Rockstar to build a socially critical portrait of Los Santos that a single character never could. With just one character, we'd only see one slice of the pie. With three, we experience the vertical slice of America, the wealthy, hollow suburban world of movie producers and corrupt feds, the street-level grind of survival and gang politics, and a lawless countryside full of desperation, decay, and the forgotten America. Each protagonist is written to showcase a different dysfunction in modern society. Michael exposes the hollowness of suburban capitalism. Franklin shows the struggle to escape generational poverty. And Trevor embodies the ugliness society tries to pretend doesn't exist. Let's start with the most controversial figure, Trevor Phillips. Trevor's chaos and violence make him, perhaps unintentionally, a parody of the original top-down GTA games. In the era of GTA 1, GTA London, and GTA 2, the story barely mattered. The fun came from blowing things up, running over pedestrians, and causing mayhem for the sake of high scores. Trevor brings that anarchic spirit into the HD era. His rampage side missions literally echo the old kill frenzy challenges, and his special ability, near invulnerability and increased damage, feels like an old school cheat code come to life. But Trevor also serves a psychological function. He is a critique of you, the player. He does the things players do, act crazy, start random fights, ignore social norms. He is a walking mirror, reminding us that the freedom GTA offers often brings out the worst in us. When we switch to Trevor and find him waking up on top of a mountain wearing a dress, it's funny, but it's also Rockstar saying, this is the kind of erratic behavior you engage in when you play our games. On a societal level, Trevor embodies the rural parts of America that have been left behind by capitalism. He lives in a world of meth labs, poverty, and lawlessness. He is what society creates when it stops caring about entire communities. Trevor isn't insane just because he was born that way. He's the product of a system with no safety net, which gave him no options after kicking him out of the Air Force. Whatever you think of him, Trevor is the most honest character in the game. He owns his monstrosity. He hates hypocrisy. In a world of liars, the psychopath is the only one telling the truth. If Trevor is the arcade past, Franklin Clinton represents the golden age, the PS2 era of GTA 3, Vice City, and especially San Andreas. These games were built around a specific fantasy, rising from nothing, navigating dangerous hoods, and building an empire. Franklin fits this mold perfectly. He starts at the bottom, surrounded by people stuck in a hood mentality who lack the drive to evolve. One thing players often overlook is how critical Franklin is of his own environment. He's constantly calling out his friend Lamar for being stuck in the same cycles. Poverty, bad decisions, and clinging to gangbanger pride that doesn't pay the bills. Franklin's biggest enemy is not the police. It's the gravity of his own neighborhood trying to pull him back down. He views Michael not as a villain, but as a blueprint. He doesn't admire Michael for being a criminal. He admires him for being a criminal who won. On a societal level, Franklin represents the myth of social mobility. We root for him because he's the most rational character, the straight man amidst the lunatics. But his story is a critique of how difficult it is to escape generational cycles. Even when he moves into the Vinewood Hills, he feels out of place. He's left the hood, but the hood hasn't left him. Finally, we have Michael DeSanta. Michael represents the HD era of GTA, starting with GTA 4. This is the era where the franchise became character-driven, grounded, and psychologically complex. Think of Michael as what a retired Tommy Vercetti or CJ would look like 10 years later. He won, he got the money, he got the mansion, and he is absolutely miserable. Michael is a walking critique of the American dream. He bought into the idea that material wealth equals happiness, and now he's rotting by his pool, drinking whiskey, and watching old movies to escape reality. He tries to buy peace through therapy and expensive gifts, but he's spiritually bankrupt. He is addicted to the chaos, but he's terrified of losing his comfort. This makes him the hypocrite that Trevor hates. Michael wants to be a good father, yet he solves every family problem with violence. He wants to be a retired, legitimate businessman, but pulls down a house in the hills and gets forced back into his old life. In many ways, Michael is the most tragic protagonist. He shows that winning the game of capitalism doesn't fix your trauma. The more he tries to run from his past, the more it destroys his present. When you put these three together, the genius of the writing really shines. They aren't just partners in crime. They form a twisted, dysfunctional family unit. Michael is the disappointing father figure, authoritative but deeply flawed. Franklin is the son, eager to learn, but slowly realizing his dad doesn't actually know what he's doing. And Trevor? He's the erratic, dangerous uncle, the one who buys the kids beer and gets them into trouble, who creates chaos that the father has to clean up. They perceive and react to the world differently. Their clashes drive the narrative because their philosophies are incompatible. Trevor thinks Michael is a fake. Michael thinks Trevor is a liability. And Franklin is just trying to survive them both. This all culminates in the game's finale, which is essentially a multiple-choice question from Rockstar about what narrative direction the player thinks GTA should go in moving forward and which parts of its identity should be cut loose. The antagonists, Steve Haynes and Devin Weston, force Franklin to make a choice. Option A, kill Trevor. If you choose this, you are siding with the establishment. You are choosing to sanitize and gentrify the game. By killing Trevor, you are effectively killing the arcade roots of the franchise. You're saying that going forward, there is no room for the unhinged freedom and madness that made GTA famous. Option B, kill Michael. If you choose this, you are betraying Michael like he did to Trevor and are saying that there is no honor or loyalty among thieves. That even in the HD era, Michael's and Franklin's desire to improve their lives and become legitimate are pointless because there is no moving on from a criminal past or the hood. Relationships in the criminal world are just transactional, and the cycle of crime, violence, and betrayal will continue as usual in GTA. Option C, Death Wish. This is the only ending where the narrative arcs actually resolve rather than just abruptly ending. Throughout the game, the tension has been driven by the clash between the trio's personalities. In Option C, instead of eliminating one of them to satisfy the antagonists, they work together to deal with all of their problems. It's the only ending that feels complete. It validates the three protagonist structure by showing that these three distinct eras of Grand Theft Auto are stronger when they coexist, instead of choosing between them. The game lets them survive together on their own terms. Trevor continues being chaotic, Franklin succeeds in business, and Michael starts enjoying retirement.